Hello, my lovely viewers. Hope you all are doing great and doing something to improve your English speaking skills and communication skills. So, this is the 8th series of the book, The Diary of a Young Girl, and I'm assuming you have watched first to 7 series of this book to understand better and to improve your reading and listening skills. You must watch this. This is so beautiful story. So let's get started with this. My life here is better now, much better. God has not left me and He never will. Monday, 3 April 1944. I'm going to describe our food rations. Food is a difficult and important problem, not only for us in the Annex, but for everyone in Holland, all of Europe, and even further away. We've lived here for 21 months, and often at any one time there was no one kind. As you can see this picture at those times. Where I was, only one kind of food to eat. For example, one kind of vegetable or salad. We would eat it with potatoes in every possible way that we could think of. But now there are no vegetables at all. We have potatoes and brown beans. We make soup. We still have some packets and stores to make dishes which are a little bit more interesting, but it's beans with everything, even in the bread. The most exciting moment is when we eat a thin piece of sausages once a week and put some jam on our bread with no butter, of course, but we're still alive. And much of the time the food rests good too. Wednesday, 5th April 1944. For a long time now, I haven't really been interested in my schoolwork. The end of the war still seemed so far away, and if it isn't over by September, I won't go back to school since I don't want to be 2 years behind. Peter filled my days. Nothing but Peter, nothing but dreams and thoughts. Until Saturday night when I felt terrible. I sat on the floor in my nightdress and said my prayers. Then I just lay down on the floor and cried. But I knew I had to fight against it, and finally, when I climbed back into the bed at 10 o'clock, the suffering was over. Now it's really over. I realized that I must do my schoolwork. I want to make something of my life. I want to be a journalist. I know I can write. A few of my stories are good. So also of my diary is alive and amusing. But I don't know yet if I can be a really good writer. But then I can't write books. Or for newspapers, I can also write for myself. I don't want to live like Mother, Mrs. Van Den, and all the other women who simply do their work and are then forgotten. I need more than just a husband and children. I want to be useful and to bring enjoyment to all people, even those that I've never met. I want to go on living after my death. As you can see her picture. I'm grateful to God for my writing. So I'll go on trying and everything will be alright because I'm not going to give up. Tuesday, 11 April 1944. I don't know where to start. So much has happened. Thursday, when I wrote to you, everything was as usual. Friday and Saturday too. Then on Sunday evening at 9:30, Peter knocked at our door. He asked Father to come upstairs and help him with some English words, but I didn't believe him. "That's strange," I said to Margot. "I think we've got burglars." I was right. They were breaking into the warehouse at that moment. Father, Mr. Wenden, and Peter went downstairs as quickly as possible. Margot, mother, Mrs. Wenden, and I waited, for frightened women need to talk, so that's what did. Then we heard a loud noise, but nobody came back until 10 o'clock. Father looked quite white when he came in to us, lights out, and gets upstairs quietly. "The police will be here soon." The men went back downstairs, so we still didn't know what had happened. But 10 minutes later, they were tech. They told us that burglars broke down the warehouse door and that Mr. Wenden had shouted police. They tried to put the door back, but the burglars kicked it down again. Then a man and a woman on the street shone a lamp from the street. We found out that this was Mr. Van Hoven, the man who brings us potatoes, and his wife. We waited and waited in the dark until after 11 o'clock. Then there was more noise downstairs, and finally someone tried to move the bookcase. We were so frightened, I thought the police were going to take us away. But then the person went away and the house was quiet. We had to stay quiet all night too and use a large tent for a toilet. We tried to sleep on the floor. "We should hide the radio," said Mrs. Wenden. "If they find us, it doesn't matter. If they find the radio too," answered Mr. Wenden. "Then they'll find Annie's diary as well," said my father. "So we should burn it," suggested someone. "Oh, not my diary. If my diary goes, I go too." But fortunately, nothing was done. At 7, we rang Mr. Kleeman, and at last Jen and me arrived. They had to go off again to the police to inform them about the burglars, so we had half an hour to tidy up the house and get everything straight. It was an awful, smelly mess. We were in terrible danger that night. Just think, the police were by the bookcase, but they didn't find us. God was truly watching over us. You have saved us. Please save us in the future. That's what our prayer is now. From now on, we must be more careful too. Dazzle will do his work in the bathroom, and Peter will walk round the house between 8:30 and 9:30. Every evening, somebody noticed that Peter's window was open, so he must keep it shut now. It has reminded us that we are Jews and that we must lie like prisoners. We must forget our personal feelings and be brave and strong. One day this terrible war will be over. The time will come when we'll be people again and not just Jews. Who has made us suffer like this? Who has separated us from all the other people? God has made us like this, but God will save us again. Perhaps afterwards, if there are any Jews left, our suffering will teach people something. Perhaps they will learn something about goodness. And this is why we have to suffer. We can never be just Dutch or just English. We will always be Jews as well. So that's it for now, and see you in the next video, and I hope you have enjoyed this series. So I urge you to subscribe and share with your colleague to grow this channel more, and I could upload more and more such and other kinds of videos regarding English improvement on this channel. Thank you so much. See you in the next series of this book. Take care of yourself.